There's no beauty without pain, and struggle is the best friend to success. The good, the bad, and the ugly. In trading, like in life, there are good days, there are bad days, and there are ugly, rotten, lay in bed and not move days. Once you realize the cycle is pretty much unavoidable, you start to learn how to navigate the bad and the ugly and prolong the good. In this video, we're going to be talking about those sides of trading. But for now, let's tear up the bandage and get to the ugly. Let's do it. It's going to take longer than you want, and it's likely going to take longer than that too. The reason why this is my first point is because a lot of traders coming into the market right now started trading because of what they saw on social media. And the illusion that you get from social media is that you can become a successful trader overnight because you're seeing these gurus or these Instagram influencers, traders, whatever, tell you that you can make a fortune, within your first, month, 2 months, 6 months, maybe even 1 year of trading without you developing the necessary skills that it actually take to trade. And common sense would say that obviously this is not the reality, because if you take a look at any profession, like a doctor, for example, a doctor doesn't get to the level of the craft where they're earning, whether it's a 6-figure salary or even having the opportunity to operate someone and save your life off, like a short education or 6 months or a year of practicing being a doctor, right? Things take time, right? It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a short period of time. Take an NBA player, for example. The average NBA player probably spent more years, right, playing, basketball at a very, very competitive and high level, and they get paid for it than the amount of years they actually end up, playing basketball and getting paid for it, right? Because you have to develop mastery in the craft. So realize that it's going to take longer than you want, and it's likely going to take longer than that too. And if you're coming into the game, you have to keep that in mind. It's stressful, and I can't stress this enough, but it is stressful. And the reason why this is because as a trader, you're banking on a lot of factors you can't control. And one of the things I like to tell traders, especially developing traders who are coming into the market, is that your job as a trader is to manage yourself as you deal with the uncertainty that you face in the market. And I don't care who you are, whether you've been trading for 5, 6 years, 10 years, 20 years, you are still constantly going to be facing a lot of uncertainty. You're going to be facing the pressure of putting your hard-earned money at risk and dealing with not losing it, right? So some days you're going to be way over your head in terms of how you feel, right? Whether you taking a loss or whatever it is, right? And that stress tends to get to a lot of people, and you have to see for yourself how you manage stress. That's why part of my goal with this channel, with our YouTube channel, Live Free Effects, is to educate traders on the psychological aspect of trading, how they can manage their emotions, because trading is stressful. I can give you you can make $1 million right off the bat, but I have to tell you first, are you willing to endure the endless, countless hours, days, weeks, months of stress? Maybe you're even sitting in a winning position, right? Stress comes with that. Should I close it? Should I take my money? Should I leave? Should I go, right? Or just still managing your plan. So there's a lot of different things that comes with trading. But the number one thing I would say is, it's stressful, and there's no getting around that. You're gonna lose. That's the truth. That's the flat out truth. You're gonna lose. What do I mean by this? You're gonna lose trades. You're gonna lose money, especially when you first start out. The goal is to obviously make more than you lose, and you will when you get to a certain level, right? But losing is one thing I want you to understand as a part of trading. And a lot of you guys want to become consistently profitable. You know, you see that all over YouTube, social media. Be a successful trader, be a consistently profitable trader. What I want you to understand is when you become a consistently profitable trader, you will still lose, right? You're still going to take losses day to day, maybe not as frequently as you did, because, you know, that's what makes you a more consistently profitable trader. But losing is a part of trading. You might not want to hear it, my friend, but hey, that's the truth. 13,579 shots. That's how many shots LeBron James have missed in his career. That's a lot of shots. And he is still considered one of the greatest NBA players to grace the game. I personally am not a big NBA fan, but you know, I know LeBron James. And some of you might argue LeBron James or Kobe. I don't necessarily care. He is still one of the greatest to competitively play basketball. And he still misses shots on a daily. So keep that in mind when you beat yourself up for, you know, losing trade, or you're thinking about a loss you just took. And just understand, it comes with the territory of being a trader. Okay, it's time to get to the good. Trading opens the door to financial independence. What I mean by this is, when you start off as a trader, you essentially, you know, what you kill is what you eat. You're not looking for your boss that you don't like to pay your bills. You know, trading has given you now the opportunity from anywhere you are in the world, any country you are in the world, to access the financial markets and, you know, make your money without having to answer to anybody. And personally, this was one of the greatest things that drew me into trading. I just finished, you know, college. At the time, I was looking to go, you know, further my program, further myself in the educational, you know, system, and, you know, go into a job that I knew I didn't like, you know, and I was likely going to be earning anywhere between 50 to 60,000 for a very long time, which I also thought was a lot of money. But when I got introduced into trading, I quickly saw the possibility of like, whoa, this could really open doors financially. And over the years, it has, right? So when you start off trading, you have to pay your price. But one of the best, or one of the advantages, is that it will open the door to financial independence and give you more control over your finances. And when you get to the financial independence, right, that opens the door to financial freedom, because you are learning the path of, you know, making money. And financial freedom is having enough money to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, with who you want to do it with. And that's one of the things that trading has the opportunity to get you to, right? Takes little steps, and before you know it, you're there. So that's one of the good about trading, is that it will open the door to financial independence and also to financial freedom. The other thing is trading gives you control of your time. And this, for me, is very important. Being able to control my time, I can't put a price on it, right? Because you can't get back yesterday. You just spent an entire day probably doing something, you know, you totally didn't want to do, you know, for money, so you can feed yourself or your family or the people around you, whatever. So maybe you can go buy clothes and do all those things, right? That's important. But that's time you will never get back. And as a trader, you have the ability to control your time. When you first start off, it's important to know that as a craft, you have to invest time in it. You have to build mastery, which means that there's a certain level of obsession that you will have to develop and put into the craft. But after a certain point, I've been trading now for the past 8 years. And so I've gotten to a point where it's like, I'm pretty comfortable with my approach in the market. I like the way I trade. I do the same thing pretty much almost every single day, right? So I trade for 2 the 3 hours a day, maximum 4 hours a day, leaving the rest of my day open. I can spend time with my family. I can spend time with my friends. I can go out in the middle of the day, which is one of the things I love doing. Afternoon, go out, for lunch, go anywhere, where most people are either busy. So a lot of these restaurants are not, they're not open. They're open, but they're not busy. So I can go to my favorite restaurant, comparison to trying to go there for like dinner. So it gives you control of your time. The downside of that is you might not have a whole lot of people you can spend that time with, because most people are either doing other things like working a job or in school or whatever it is. But nevertheless, it is a very important goal that I think everybody at some point in time should get to experience. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. That's a quote by Lao Tzu, a Chinese philosopher. And this leads us to a next point, which is if you embrace trading, it can teach you a lot about yourself. When I first started trading at 19 years old, I had, just got out of college. It's funny that sometimes you get out of college and you come out more uneducated because there are so many other skills that I hadn't developed. And that's not true for everyone, but I found that to be true for myself. I still didn't necessarily know how to communicate. I still didn't necessarily know how to carry myself. There are a lot of things about life that I hadn't learned at the time. Courage to fight for what you really believe in. And when you do, it actually gives you confidence. It empowers you. It empowers, it affects how you carry yourself and how you interact with the world around you. And these are all things that I couldn't learn from a professor who was trying to teach me something with good intentions, of course. But as I started to get into trading, because it was so difficult, I realized I need to strengthen my mind. What I started doing, I started educating myself, reading more, personal development book, listening to motivational videos in the morning before I started my trading day. And what this did was it changed my mindset. It changed the way that I spoke, the way that I carried myself, the way that I communicated with other people, and it gave me the power to fight the difficult, the ugly, the bad, rotten, no good, lay in bed and not move days, because I had built a reserve of educational materials, personal development. Like, it became a mindset at the time. So when I would take a loss, or maybe lost money, blew an account, whatever, rather than sitting in bed and feeling sorry for myself, which I did, but I did it for a shorter period of time, and a shorter period of time, and a shorter period of time, until I gradually stopped feeling that way, right? So trading, you do anything at a high level, it becomes a lifestyle. Same way Kobe says, the Mamba mentality. It's not a saying, it's a lifestyle. And a lot of NBA players can't even do that because they gotta wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning. Not everyone's down for that. So trading is one of those things that if you embrace, it will actually teach you a lot about yourself. And I find this to be extremely, extremely rewarding. To wrap it up, dreaming that a lot of you guys out there know that you're capable of doing more, and sometimes knowing you have the potential to do something, to be something, is very tough, because sometimes you might not exactly see a way that you can realize your potential or be the person that you want to be. One of the things that really attracted me to trading is, from a young age, I always wanted to be my own boss. I always wanted to be, I always wanted to work for myself. I had really good work ethic for other people. Well, I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted, to know what that felt like. And trading is one of those things that allows you to do that. Not from a rah-rah standpoint, but from you actually are eating what you kill. And, you become the boss. And obviously, as a boss, you reap the rewards, and you also pay the price of being a boss. And, there are advantages and disadvantages, but it is a plus, because you actually now have the ability to work for yourself or to employ other people, maybe you have other aspects that you can, whether you set up your trade, your own personal trading as a sole proprietorship, or a corporation, given however much you're making, you can hire employees and pay them, people who help you with certain things, whether it's to stay accountable to your risk management, whether if you have a business that's attached to your trading, but it gives you the different doors. It opens different doors. And as you become your own boss, you move differently. You have control of your time, right? And all of those things for me personally are pluses that I'm grateful to be a trader and to have gotten into it when I did. Obviously, this was before social media, before it blew up on social media and whatnot. But I probably have no doubt that I probably still would have jumped into it even at a later time, as some of you have. So this is the video, guys. It's my honest take, the good, the bad, and the ugly of trading. Hope you found it insightful. Hope there's something there that you can take, because my real goal here is to help you navigate the journey as a trader, as you make your way to becoming more consistently profitable, to living a life that is more fulfilling, more adventurous, and a life where you actually are living free. And that's what I hope for you, and that's what this channel is all about, helping more people, more traders like yourself go out there and live free, or even more importantly, believe that it is possible. Thanks for watching. Hope you found the video insightful. If you haven't done so already, make sure to head over to livefreeeffects.com and check out our website and courses, our platform, and see if we have any materials that can help you get to the next level in your trading. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, also make sure to hit the like and subscribe button so our videos can reach out to more people and we can grow together as a community. My goal with this channel is to keep you inspired as you go on your journey in trading or in life. And thank you for watching. Hope you're out there living free. Peace.